Hello and welcome to another Motorcycling Australia Women's Committee Women in Motorsport interview. I'm Jemma Wilson and we have a really special and super talented guest today, Courtney Duncan. Welcome.
Hey, how are you going?
Great. So Courtney Duncan has been around for a very, very long time and I have been following her career for a very long time now. And she's New Zealander, so of course she's done well, so we Australians will claim her. And yeah, we're going to learn all about Courtney's career in motocross. So Courtney, where are you right now? What are you up to?
So I'm currently at home in Dunedin. I was born here, raised here, and this is home during the off season and part of the season, I guess you could say these days. But as we all know, COVID's kind of interrupting the seasons, interrupting the sport world. World in general. So we're just kind of cruising at home, doing some training here and there, just staying fit on the bike and stuff like that. But for the meantime, yeah, just be in Dunedin for the next few months anyway. And then hopefully head back over to the UK closer to the season start, which is later than usual this year. I think it's going to be July or something. So crazy times.
Yeah, definitely. So what are you racing overseas? What's the championship?
So I think this will be my 5th or 6th year actually in the Women's World Championship. So it's run with MXGP and MX2, which is really cool. Same track, same days and stuff. I think we got 6 rounds this year. And yeah, it's going to be through, I think, July to October. So yeah, exciting. I really enjoy it. It's cool to race the best in the sport, the best in the world. And I got a couple of titles under my belt. So hopefully we can keep, adding a couple more to it.
Yeah, so it's 2 in a row at the moment, isn't
it? Yeah.
Yeah, so definitely going for the 3rd in a row World Championship.
Yeah, definitely. I think I've always wanted to win from a young age, and you put the effort in to win, and now two championships in a row. It's hard to not want that again, especially that feeling that you get when you win a championship. It's kind of an unreal feeling. So hopefully I can experience that again in the years to come.
Cool. And so when you are over racing the world motocross, where are you based? Are you based in the UK? Is that right?
Yeah. So the last 2 years I've been with Dixon Racing. So it's a UK-based team, Kawasaki team, which is really cool. And they're out of the UK, which these days there isn't too many UK teams, so it's cool to be part of a UK team, English-speaking country. I really enjoyed my time there, so yeah, back there again this year.
Cool. Nice time of the year actually to be racing in Europe, July to October. What's the usual start of the season when COVID's not around?
Yeah, so like this time last year I would have already been back in Europe, and yeah, definitely a bit of a climate change then. I think some days might have even had snow. I think we raced Medley, not quite snow, but it was pretty cold temperatures and a lot of rain. So it is going to be a little bit different with the midsummer start. But yeah, I enjoy the summer, so I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. And so your 6 rounds, what countries are they in?
I can't quite probably date them all, but I know we start in Czech. So that's really cool. I really enjoy Lockyer. I think we got a round in Turkey, round in Italy, Spain. Actually, I think Lommel's on the cards this year too, which is going to be cool. Listeners listening in to Lommel, it's one of the deepest it is the deepest sand track in the world. So I've watched a few of the men's GPs there before. I have yet to race one. The women's haven't been on at that round. So, no doubt that one will be a tough one, but at least we got some time to prepare for it.
Yeah, that's really cool. So Lommel definitely goes down in history as being a very, very tough MXGP. I've been to the track, but not after a world championship, so I can't even imagine what the ruts are like then. And so what do you think that says about women's racing, that you are finally getting a race at Lommel? Does that say that as a group you're getting better? We're getting better?
Yeah, I guess so. They wouldn't put us there otherwise, I guess. So it's going to be crazy for sure. Like, yeah, it is tough for sure. The ruts get really long. It's gnarly. It's going to be in the middle of summer as well, so it's going to add to it. But nothing like a challenge. So it'd be cool to, I guess be able to say at the end of it that we raced the gnarliest track in the world.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. And so, like you said, in summer too. So when we think of Europe, we definitely think cooler months, but it gets hot in Belgium in summer and long days because, yeah, it doesn't cool down in the evenings like it does here in Australia. So, yeah, that'll be a tough one, definitely.
Yeah, for sure. It's kind of unpredictable. You never sort of know what the weather's going to be like there. Sometimes in the summer it can be raining, or otherwise, like you say, it can be like mid-30s. So, no doubt most of the countries we go to are going to be hot for sure, like especially Italy and Turkey. Just makes it a little bit tougher, which is always fun.
And how do you find the travel side of racing world championships?
Yeah, I really enjoy it. It's cool. I think sometimes I got to pinch myself and, to be grateful for the countries that the sport's taken me. I mean, it is crazy to think that I've gone to Italy and all these beautiful countries racing dirt bikes. So it's pretty cool. But at the same time, I mean, we're there to do a job, and that's to go racing. So you're usually in on a Thursday and back out on a Sunday night, Monday. So you don't get too much time to take it in. But no, I definitely enjoy the time while I'm there.
That's really cool. And the Eastern European countries are so different, even just to like European countries. So have you done much racing over in Eastern Europe?
Not too much, like kind of the opposite side, but I've done like Czech and those sorts of countries, a couple of them. Yeah, that's crazy. Like you can be next door neighbors, but the countries be so different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. No, cool. And so your last 2 years, you've won world championships. So it's been good, but it's never going to be an easy ride, but did you have kind of, a consistent go these last 2 years, or did you have any big issues that made it extra tough?
The year just been was pretty tough for sure. I had a huge crash in, I think, round 3 at Mantova and snapped my handlebars, so I couldn't finish. So that pretty much put me on the back foot there. Obviously, in a 5-6 round series, you can't really afford to go a DNF in that situation. So that was really tough. It made me have to claw back and dig really deep. But 2019 was a pretty smooth year. I ended up winning, I can't remember if it was 9 out of 10 or 11 out of 12 races. So that went really well. But yeah, they say it's harder to back one up. And yeah, last year was definitely living proof of that one. Things didn't come as easy, but that's to be expected. It's sport. Some things don't go the way you want it. And it's always fun though to go racing, and the girls are getting better each year, and the sport's definitely elevating. So it's always good to see that.
Yeah, that's cool. And so with that DNF, you would have had to have almost perfect races every other race to come back from a DNF, yeah?
Yeah, it was crazy. I think it put me back to 12 points down. So, I mean, going in with 4 races to spare, there's not too much room for error. That being said, it put the pressure on, but thankfully I was, I guess you could say, able to deliver at those 2. I think I won the next round, and then, obviously won the final round to win the championship. Was tied on points, but managed to have more race wins. So
yeah, that's cutting it fine, isn't it?
yeah, it's cutting it fine for sure.
Yeah, well, extra well done, because those ones I think are sweeter. Hey, if it's not a smooth ride.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's hard to judge which one felt better, because in 2019 I'd been trying for 3 or 4 years by then. I'd come up short each year, so to finally cross the line and get that first championship was a pretty special feeling. But then again, like you said, last year with crashing and DNFing, at one point there I thought, there's no way I can win this championship. It's gone just like that. But to be able to crawl back and make it happen was also a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I can't imagine that feeling with a snapped handlebar, thinking, well, this is it. It's over.
Yeah, it was mind-blowing, really. We haven't really saw that too much in the sport before.
Yeah, that must have been huge. I'll have to find it. I'll have to YouTube it. And so that brings me to the previous years of racing world championships before you finally got that win in 2019. Talk us through those years.
Yeah, I guess just rookie. you know, as a rookie, especially the first few years, I had, you know, quite a lot of speed at times. I mean, really good speed, but wasn't able to string those wins together consistently. So that obviously hurt my points, and in a championship situation, it never really paid favor. But I definitely showed some signs out there. I mean, to win my on debut and stuff like that was really special, but a few injuries, and you know, I mean, at most times it was my own fault as well. Just silly mistakes and costly mistakes and crucial situations, I guess. So, but it's all part of learning and gaining that experience, and you don't learn that unless you make mistakes, I guess. So, I guess I've just carved a path for me to be able to deliver these days.
Yeah, not make those little mistakes again. Hopefully.
Also,
and so I guess now you are on a team, UK team, Dixon Racing, and that's going well. You like the team. You're back with them again this year. So is that 3 years in a row with them?
yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, and so how was it coming off the back of those years where you didn't have the best of luck and didn't really come out where you wanted to, and then to pick up a team now and then win that year, which is really cool, and stay with them? And so how's it with the team?
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. I think just you have some injuries, and you know, I was at a point where I sort of felt myself in a rut and not really going anywhere, and just, you know, frustrated. And I think at that point in your career, you just need a fresh start and something new, and get that enjoyment factor back and motivation back. And yeah, it was pretty cool to be have Kawi there as an option. And yeah, I'd never really been on Kawasaki before in my career, so it was a little daunting at start to make a switch. It was quite a big switch as well, so I guess people could say it was a little bit risky, but no, it definitely paid off. And I think, yeah, we worked well together, and I mean, I was able to show we were able to win a couple of championships, which was cool. And like I say, back there for a third year, so hopefully can gun at another one.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know that there's so many boys and girls right now that would are sitting there, you know, at home thinking, what I want to do in my life is go and race world championships, whether it's motocross or enduro, and get on a team. I know that was my goal, you know, when I was younger. And now that you're on the team and you're racing the world championships, is it everything that you thought it would be?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I have to pinch myself, you know, to think that I'm in that exact position that I dreamed of as a kid. You know, same as you, just growing up, just dreaming one day that I'd be over in Europe racing for a team and winning world championships. So to be in that position is a pretty cool feeling. And no, it is crazy just traveling to different countries, like I say, racing the GP tracks. They're as tough as they used to look on TV. So no, it's all cool, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. So hopefully have some, you know, few years left in me.
So how old are you now, Courtney?
Just turned 25. Birthday was a couple of weeks ago, so getting old.
Yeah, quarter life crisis. Did you have one?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy to think, like, where's the last 5 years even gone? Like, time flies, I guess. Say time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, definitely. So outside of motorcycling, you know, at school, were you super focused on bikes? You know, have you had other jobs or anything, or has it always just been massive motocross focus?
Yeah, like crazy. I remember even missing my friends' birthdays growing up, just because, you know, I was away training and riding, and just everything was pretty solely focused on dirt bikes from a really young age. And although, like, I played other sports at school, I can't quite work it out if it was because I really enjoyed them or if I wanted extra, you know, ways to get out of school. um, no, nothing really caught my attention, or like racing dirt bikes did. There was just something special about it, and I was pretty determined, disciplined kid, and knew what I wanted in life, and yeah, had goals to race professionally. And took a little bit, you know, I had a few injuries in my earlier days and stuff like that, but finally got that opportunity, and started 2016, I think. So it was really cool to have that opportunity. Obviously, super grateful for it, and yeah, took it with open arms and was able to open a couple of doors.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, if it's possible, from getting into riding to ending up at the first time you're at a world championship lined up at that start gate, how did that process happen for, kids that are wanting to be you in a few years' time?
Yeah, so I think I got a bike when I was about 7, a CRF 50, and just rode it around in the back paddock. We had a lifestyle bike, I guess, growing up. So yeah, had some tracks and stuff, and started racing locally. And yeah, I would say kind of natural at it from day one. Like I would go to club days and win those, and local events, and then regional events and win there. And I think your parents see it. They see it at a young age. They see that you have the heart, the drive, you love it, so they pursue it a little more. And sooner than you know it, we were traveling, all over the country racing bikes, and then over to Australia. Went there a few times, and then America, and then ended up racing the World GPs. So crazy few years, but it's pretty cool. I've made heaps of friends along the way, and it's still my best friends today, ride bikes and stuff. So no, it is cool. And yeah, like I say, I'm kind of living that dream, I suppose.
Yeah, cool. And so do you have siblings?
Yeah, brother and a sister, both younger.
Okay. And do they ride or?
Nah, like, I mean, my brother had like a four-wheeler when I had my 50 when we first started out, but nah, he didn't really enjoy it. It wasn't really his thing, so I think it probably only lasted a few months and he was over it. But my sister, she yeah, I guess you could say she had a little bit of an interest, but nothing too serious. If I was out riding, she'd come out for a ride, but nah, she's more into different sports, and I guess so's my brother.
Okay. Cool. So I do remember vaguely when you come over to Australia and race some junior races, and we had a little chat off screen before. I tried to remember the year and stuff, but you would talk of the Australian, especially junior motocross, circles on how you come over and beat the boys, and that was way back then, and the amount of effort and sacrifices that you've put in since, and that shows. You've done some amazing stuff, and you can really ride a bike, so it's fantastic. And as a female, and I'm a fair few years older than you, I've definitely enjoyed watching, what you've done, and definitely the dedication that you've put into it. And you've had some high highs and some low lows, but it's been really exciting to watch. So congratulations.
Thanks so much. No, I appreciate that. I appreciate the following, and yeah, I have a lot of Aussie support, a lot of Aussie followers, so it is really cool, and it probably leads on to me racing at those junior Aussie titles back in the day. Where it's the rest, the boys and also the girls. So, no, it's cool. Hopefully, I'll end up back over there doing a race one day.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously enduro background. Do some enduro in there somewhere too.
I have to give that a go. I've never done an enduro, but I do like the odd trail ride around here locally. And I enjoy that. So maybe one day.
Yeah, well, so I come across, which I said before as well, to Queens of Dirt, which is a really cool New Zealand based trail ride, a group of girls that put it together. There was 150, I think, nearly women riding around in the bush at Taupo together, which was pretty cool. So COVID prevented it last year, and at this point, it's nothing scheduled for this year. But hopefully, when we can get past COVID and they have another one, if you're at home, send them an email, and it would be so cool to have you there.
Something happen. You could
yeah. Yeah, it was a fun one. All right, so we have our 7 questions that I ask every lady that we interview on here. So number 1 is, what was the driving force behind you becoming involved in the sport?
My stepdad actually got me a bike. I would say that was probably the driving force. He was pretty good. He used to ride, and he was good at it as well. So, yeah, he gave me tips in the early days, and yeah, that's where it comes from.
Yep. What made you want to be a world champion though?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I would probably say watching Kiwis overseas, killing it at the time. Like Prum was racing, she won a title. BT won a title. JC was over there winning GPs and stuff. So, and I saw that as a young kid. I was probably only, 8 or 9 at the time, but I saw it on TV, and I just remember watching it one day saying, like, one day that's going to be me. And, here we are.
Yeah, that's cool. Because, Catherine Prom, she was sort of winning when I was, just turned senior, about 16, and I come over and did a motocross race on the North Island, and she lapped me. She was very quick. And I don't know, she got injured though, and too many injuries.
Yeah, got injured, but she was able to win a couple of titles, which is cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Paved the way for you, so that's nice.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. What kind of challenges do you face as a woman, and how do you overcome them?
I don't know. It's probably a good question. I get, like, it's probably better now than it was, like, back in the day. But when I started racing, like, there was not really anyone in the sport. I mean, not too many girls, so there was not that opportunity for girls if they just wanted to do their own class type thing. So had to race the guys. But I don't know if anything specifically kind of stands out. I don't know. I love a challenge anyway, so I've probably just taken it with open arms. And
I love asking this question because everybody answers it differently. And I think that you have a very strong personality, and you're very sure of, like, you want to be a world champion. So no one's going to get in your way regardless of whether you're female or male. So that answer makes sense. Cool. Number 3, what is the greatest gift that the sport and the industry has given you so far?
Greatest gift. I don't know, probably like the friends that I've met, and the families that we associate with, like my parents, and they're even their best friends. We met them through the sport, and they're some of the best people, and just the people that I work with as well. Like, I've met through my sport back here. I've got some pretty key people helping me, and I guess I've met them from doing what I do and getting help in that area. So I would say that. And obviously a world title is pretty special in any sport, so my sport's given me one, and motocross, so I can't, two. So I guess also a nice gift too.
That's awesome. What do you love most about our sport?
So many things, and that's a hard one to pinpoint one thing. I try to think of it all the time, but I can't just say, I like this or this. But I don't know, that I think when you go to the line and you line up, and there's 20 to the left, 20 to the right, there's 40 riders on the gate, and I think there's a huge amount of responsibility there. Like, it's pretty much all on you, and I kind of like that side of it, knowing that you can go out here and make it happen, and you have that opportunity to do that today. And I've always enjoyed that side. And then just racing. Like, I love going racing and trying to make it happen.
Cool. What life skills have you developed as a result of motorcycling?
I guess quite a lot. I think it's crazy. Like, I think I've learned more than I would have ever learned going through uni or anything like that. Just, with relationships, like dealing with certain things. And it's definitely made you, I think it makes you grow up, especially when you turn pro at a young age, and you're not exactly doing the same things your friends are doing, and you feel like you do have probably bigger responsibilities and this and that. And I've definitely learned a lot of skills through the sport, and I'm sure even the tough times and the injuries and having to deal with that, I think all these things are key and vital to helping me later on in life as well.
Yeah, cool. So so many life skills. That's awesome. Second last one. I really like this one. So, if you could write a letter to your 16-year-old self, what message would you give?
Probably take your time, like, if that makes sense, like, let it come to you instead of pushing it. I think a lot of the times I wanted it so bad, and if I had just taken a step back and kind of take small steps and small goals, I think I would have been, a lot better off. But at the same time, you didn't know that until I'm sitting here today, type thing. So, yeah, it's a hard one, but I think just, a little bit more probably patience and timing and stuff like that. But like I say, you learn from your mistakes.
Last question. What is the most popular question you get asked about motorcycling?
Can you backflip?
Yeah.
I swear, everybody. No, I'm just joking. That's for the people that just go, "Oh, you ride dirt bikes," and then they're like, "Can you backflip?" It asks that a lot, but I don't know. I think you must be like people say you must be so fearless if I ride dirt bikes, but it's just like anything. Since you've done it from a young age, you kind of don't really think it just comes naturally. I don't know. I got a lot of support here in Dunedin. Like most people I see say like, "Oh, you're doing so well. You must be so proud." And I get told that a lot, which is really cool. It's it's a positive thing to be told, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's our 7 questions. It just made me think though, something that we sort of haven't specifically asked is what injuries have you had over your career?
Yeah, a few earlier on. I never really went through too many, but I did go through a string of them there. I think I've had 4 ACL operations, so 2 on each side. So I've had a bit of troubles with my knees in the years. And then I had a hand injury, so tore the ligament in my thumb. I broke my wrist and a couple of niggles here and there. Like I think in sport, and I think this is not just our sport, it's probably sport in general, especially that high level where you've got athletes doing things every day. It's quite normal to have, a strain here or a niggle here. So, yeah, I've gone through a few, but as I get older, I think I'm learning a little bit more about recovery and just, prep and rehab and stuff like that. So, yeah, trying to stay on top of them.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty. Well, I think, good luck for this season. Late start, so you've still got quite a few months of off season at home, training on the South Island. But hopefully, fingers crossed, COVID, does whatever COVID's going to do, but you can go over to Europe and still race World Championships and go for that 3rd one. And I know I personally will be cheering you on, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of Australians doing the same thing. And yeah, just congrats to you, Courtney. You've been such a wonderful role model and inspiration, and you're 6 years younger than me, but I've definitely looked up to you in your career. So well done.
Oh, awesome. I appreciate that a lot, Jess. And yeah, thanks for the support. And the listeners today, yeah, thanks so much for the support you guys give me. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, fantastic. Actually, you know what? Coming from someone like you, 2 World Championships and still in the middle of your career, young girls watching this right now, because I know there's so many that say, I want to go race World Motocross Championships. Like, do you have a piece of advice?
Go for it. Like, and if it's really what you want, don't let anyone tell you other. Like, you can make it happen. I think if you've got that determination and discipline, and a heart's a big one as well, and just understanding that injuries or lows are normal, especially when you experience them at a young age. You kind of feel like the world's ending and why is it happening to me? But if you can just understand that it's normal, you'll go through it, stay positive, and yeah, keep working hard. You can achieve what you want to set out to.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you very much for taking your time to chat with us today, Courtney, and good luck for 2021.
Awesome. Thank you.